What's up, everybody? So today's 29th of June 2026, and long time no see, man. I was off from charts since 3 months. 3 महीने से मैंने कोई trading नहीं की. And I started trading since June, but I didn't made any videos in June because I was back to the charts after a very long time. I had to get into that groove and get into that zone of trading. So you guys can see my summary. This was March में I showed the all of these trades were on my Instagram. April I didn't trade much. I had my exams. May as well I had my exams. I just took a small trade so that I don't breach my account. June is what I traded. So this was the first. Okay, I want to tell you guys one more thing that I had passed. I have passed my phase one. You guys can see this certificate over here. Yo man, Fazal Hussain passed my phase one. Congrats. You know what? Personally, for passing phase one is itself a very big deal for me because this is just my third funding account, and the growth for me as a trader has been exponential, despite despite a lot of breaks, despite a lot of hurdles in between. I think we guys are going good and smooth. So this but I have also made a lot of mistakes while trading this account. Like, it took me 3-4 months to just pass phase one, like, which I could have easily passed in the first week of March. So I'm going to tell you guys the lessons which I've learned in the process of passing this phase one. So this was the first trade I took on the uh, 1st of June, sorry. And the whole idea of this trade was that this was a long consolidation. Prices broke above this zone. I had placed a buy over here, and price went in profits, but it took out my break even, I guess. And the second trade was that I was giving the same trade a second chance by just entering on the closure of this candle and using a very aggressive stop loss, which got hit and I got lost around $37. So this was my you know what, to be very honest, I had done over trading this day because I had already taken two um, trades on this day, which the first one was this. I had entered impulsively somewhere over here, and because there was a long consolidation and the whole idea was that price is breaking this range. So entering over here, it was 4:30 p.m. It's a pre-New York, 30 minutes were left in NY open. So I was hoping that volume is gonna drive price all the way till somewhere over here, but that wasn't the case. Like, I got in some profits, but then I got stopped out at break even. Then I gave my trade a second chance. It hit my stop loss. So in this trade I lost somewhere around $40. So yeah, on the same trade, on the same day, I took my third trade, which was obviously over trading, but I took that trade. I can show you guys that trade. Was a trade which I took on the same day, and in this trade, you guys can see that I had started my screen recording a bit late because I just forgot. You guys can see that this was a downtrend. I entered over here. I had gone in profits up to 1:1, like I had achieved 1:1 already, but I didn't book my profits. I didn't book any partials, and then price went, and then it took out my stop loss. So in this trade, this was a good trade, good execution. I had already captured around 60 pips, I guess, and still I got out at break even. So one thing which I learned from this trade is that once you start seeing profits, just book some partials over here. But you know what was my thought at this point? My thought was that because I'm in a in that phase one stage, I don't have a master account up till now, so I'm just gonna let this trade run. I'm not gonna book any profits, which itself is a very desperate thought, because you're so desperate for profits that you're not even seeing the opportunities you're creating with your own hands. Like, this was a really good trade. I had created an opportunity for me to win, got it 1:1, still didn't book manage my, this was bad management and a good trade. So I still lost, and on this trade, man, I lost a lot. How much did I lose on this trade? I genuinely got cooked on this day. See, I lost around $104 in this trade. Earlier this day I had lost $40, so I lost a total of 140 to $150 in involving spread. Yeah, you guys can see I lost $151 on June. the first day of June, and this really impacted my psychology in a very, very, very negative way because uh, May I didn't trade. April I took two trades. I took one trade. This trade was just to not breach my account because there is a rule on funding pips that you have to take a trade on in the entire, like you can't ghost your account for 30 days. So this trade I lost, and then I was on a losing streak. This day I lost $200, 22.55. So I was on a very bad losing streak, and after 2 months of isolation, going away from charts, the first day I got back on the charts, I lost $151, which was 3% of my account. So on March, the first week I was on the verge of passing phase one, and then on June I was down 4 5%. I don't know, I don't exactly remember how much I was down, but I was crazy down. Then I took this whole week off. I had some exams as well. Took this whole week off as well. I had my exam on 21st, but then after taking these 2 weeks off, I came back on the charts on 15th of Monday. Let's see what I did on 15th of June, which was Monday. So this was a good trade. I entered over here with point 0.2 lots. This was a range. Price broke that range. I entered somewhere over here. Then price went in profits, like price was going in profits. You guys can see over here 130. There was a really good trade. Like I was already 74 pips in up in profits. This was a very, very good trade. You guys can see over here. But uh, still I think I missed somewhere. I don't know. I think I took my entry on the 15 minute, right? Yeah, yeah, this was a good entry as well. Like I had to enter somewhere on the uh, as soon as this candle would break this low, but then I entered over here by anticipating that price is gonna break the low with volume. This was a good trade, very low risk on this trade. Despite going in 70% profits, I was just up $117, $120. So at this point, my psychology was that I have to win. I have to win big, and this was my target. But that never achieved because my risk was insanely low. Okay, so guys, wait for a moment. This is the lesson I want to teach you guys, that you guys can see that most of the trades I have taken, most of them went in profits. Like every trade, like majority of my trades were up once to one at a time, right? But because my risk was so low, and that too on a challenge account, man, that too on a challenge account, you gotta increase your risk appetite. You gotta be very aggressive on challenges, bro. Don't the key to passing prof from challenges is to risk insanely high. Risk 4 5% in one trade, which like if your daily loss percentage is 5%, so risk 4% on one trade, so that you don't breach your daily loss limit, but you are like either fail fast or win fast. There is no not nothing some any there is no in between. Okay, you gotta win fast or you gotta lose fast. You can't manage a 5k challenge account which you got for $30, bro. Just fuck those $30. Buy 3 4 accounts. Just try to pass or lose, pass or lose, pass or lose, and then eventually you're gonna pass something. So you guys can see this is also a really good trade, but because of my insanely low risk, I'm not able to make anything out of it. Say there is nothing anything significant. Say so this trade also went up and hit my break even, and I lost $13. It wasn't exactly a break even, but you guys can see this is a good trade. This is a good trade. I could have booked some partials if this was my master account or my live account. I would have exactly booked some partials over here, then break even my trade. This would be a very good W day for me on a master account or a live account. But because this was a challenge phase, I had risk low. So this trade, despite being good in execution, despite being good in analysis, despite being a very good, like despite doing everything good, this didn't end up being in my favor, right? So I lost around $13, which like I break even my trade, and then but still I lost $13 because my stop loss was slightly up, so I lost $13 on 15th of June, Monday. Now this is 16th of June. Let's see what I did on 16th of June. 16th of June. Okay, so on 16th of June I took two trades. Now I'm gonna show you the first trade which I took. So this was the first trade which I took. This is price was consolidating. I entered on the break of this wick, but I got slipped a bit. Entry wasn't exactly perfect, but still I entered went in with 0.25 lots, but still you guys can see that my risk again is insanely low, man. Like my risk is just $20, bro. My risk is just $25, bro, over here. Like, you know what, why my risk is low? Because intentionally I want to risk more, but because MT5 doesn't have those position size calculators inbuilt, so you have to calculate your lot sizes mentally, which is, I think, which is the biggest downside of MT5, man. So because of that, I cannot calculate my lot sizes very fast when I'm in these pressure moments. So I just enter whatever I have set above. So because of that, again, I like risked less, and then you at this point you guys can see I'm up at around $116. My stop loss is $25. This trade is a fucking 1:4. This is a 1:4 trade. Massive trade, massive, like, good trades, nice setups, clean price action. I'm doing everything really good, but still you guys can see that because my risk is very low, I cannot somehow make it, right? You see this shit. Like, my entry is at 4350, somewhere over here. My stop loss is at somewhere over here, 4348, 4348 point something. It's just a 20 pip stop loss, bro. And I have like made around 40 pata nahi kitne pips I'm up. Like, bro, what the fuck? Well, like, man, this is such a good trade. The main lesson I've learned is to risk more, either fail fast or win fast. You gotta go with that psychology. You gotta go extremely aggressive. You gotta go कोहली वाली साइकोलॉजी चाहिए आपको कि सही है. gotta risk, like, risk is gotta risk aggressively. So yeah, still, I don't think so that I made in something in this trade. I didn't book anything. Price retraced, it went up, but eventually I think it took me out at break even somewhere over here. Yeah, it took out me out somewhere over break even. Yeah, I just, yeah, and then it took me out somewhere over break even. So this despite being such a good trade, I wasn't able to make anything out of it. So you guys see the problem of risking less. This was a very good 1:4, but still I couldn't make anything out of it. So this was my problem. um, and then on the same day I took a second trade. This was the second trade which I took. Okay, on this trade, let me tell you what I did on this. Okay, so on this trade I decided to risk more. So yeah, I decided to risk 0.26 lots depending on my stop loss as well. I entered a sell exactly over here. My stop loss was somewhere over here. My stop loss was big. My stop loss was big. Like $200 का मैंने stop loss रखा था. And at this point, after taking that trade, I learned that lesson instantly, and then started to risk aggressively. मैंने यहाँ पे sell किया and my stop loss was over here. Price was retracing insanely. Like you can see, मेरा 3% का शायद stop loss था. $150-200 का stop loss था. I was retracing badly. I was in insane loss at this point. This was a very tense trade, but on the 5 minute I am gonna show you that. 5 मिनट का है, 5 मिनट पे मैंने शिफ्ट किया था. हाँ, yeah, on the 30 minute this was my stop loss. Price, what I was waiting for is on the 5 minute there was a consolidation going on. So I was expecting, because of this candle, you see this candle, what does this candle mean? This candle means that there is insanely high volume to the downside. So yeah, so just risking and thinking. This was the trade which I got out at break even, and this was the second trade which I was taking. So yeah, on this trade, let's see what happened. It started going back up, and you know what? This At this point I was like retracing badly, but I knew one thing, that as soon as this low will break, price is gonna go insanely with high volume, and it's gonna go down insanely. Like, I had absolute 100% confirmation at this point. I don't know what it was. It was intuition or it was experience in the markets, but I knew one thing. And you know what? At this point I was like, I was so married to my bias, so I was so married to my analysis, that I was thinking that why not just enter 0.25 loss again at this break. But I didn't do that, obviously, because that would be, if I would have done that, then I would have instantly breached my account because of my daily loss limit. So I'm just gonna like fast forward it a bit. I was waiting for the break of this low. So yeah, like, it had retraced. Like, I could have also trailed my stop loss to this low at this point, because now if price has to move down, it should have no business to go and break this low, break its high, sorry, again. So let's see. At this exactly, you know what, this is the beauty of price action. Like, I knew that as soon as this low is gonna break, price is gonna move down. bro bro just, yeah, थोड़ा सा स्किप कर रहा हूँ मैं ताकि टाइम वेस्ट ना हो. हाँ, exactly at this point, exactly at this point, exactly at this point, I was just waiting for price to break this low. ये बात अब देखना बस. Just see the push. Just see the push. I knew that this push is gonna come. And that push came. You see this? Now at this point I was like running in around $40-50 of profits. ये push आ रहा है, ये push आ गया. Bro, why is the push not coming, man? Push. Bro, what the hell, bro? Can I not speed this up a bit? Faster. Yeah. You see this? Price then started moving down. Yeah, this push came, and then I like booked my profits at around $200 somewhere over here. Yeah, I booked it around over here, and then this was, yeah, exactly at somewhere over here I booked my profits, because I was like, मैंने ना सीख लिया था पिछली ट्रेड से कि यार let's just start booking, because I'm taking good trades, executing perfectly. But you see this, I was like, it was 100 pips at this point, was running at around $250 in profits. So then I closed my trade somewhere over here, and I made around how much dollars this day? I made around $218 this day. Then on June 17th, bro, what did I do on June 17th? June 17th, I took 3 trades, man. June 17th, I took 3 trades. This was the first trade. Again, it had started moving in profits. Price had started moving in profits. But what was my analysis this day? Like, price had come to a support. It had made some. It had made some bullish candles, and I just executed somewhere over here. And let's see what happened. Like, it was already 1:1. Okay, I like booked some profits. Booked around $44 this day. And then I just let the trade run, because at this point I had learned my lessons, and I was like, yeah, man, just start booking at 1:1, just start booking partials, because I was tired of me winning, like taking good trades and then getting out at a break even, or getting out at a potential loss. So this was the first trade I took on 17th. I had taken 3 trades, man. What did I do on 17th? This was the second trade which I took on 17th. Let's see what I did on 17. Okay, so this was the second trade. This was the sell, which, okay, so price ended up being in my favor after that, but still I just got out at this point. Um, yeah, you know what, guys? I'm journaling these trades. I'm recalling these trades so that I know what I was doing for the past months, because tomorrow is Monday, and I'm like continuing to trade my phase two. So okay, so what happened over here? Okay, so I had a buy stop as soon as this high would break. Did it happen? Yeah, I was, because you know why did I had a buy stop? Like, I was expecting price to break above this consolidation, break above this range, and go and fill this clean range, because you see this candle was so big. This was such high volume candle. This candle was indicating that volume is to the upside. So because of that, I had a buy stop, because what I was expecting is that price is currently making a low, it's retracing because of this massive move, and is gonna, as soon as it's gonna break its own high, it's gonna move up. That was the whole idea of this trade. uh, but I didn't, never happened. Yeah, that never happened, so I just removed my buy stop, because it has started to retrace a lot. So then what did I do, bro? This is the third recording of that day. Okay, so that candle went down, and it retraced a lot. Then this third candle did, what did this do, bro? where the hell did I enter? Where was my okay? So my stop loss is my buy stop is exactly over here. I'm still married to my bias, and why I'm married to my bias is because of this rejection. You see this rejection over here? Like at this point, I was so convinced that price went all the way back till here, and then it got rejected. This is a rejection exhaustion wick. So I was expecting price to break above this high and then just move up. That was the whole idea, and let's see what happened. At this point, I was just waiting for price to like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. You see this? You see this shit? Price then went up. You see the idea, the execution, the strategy, everything is working. It's just your mindset. It's just your mindset. But I still think I messed up something over here. I had like placed my buy stop somewhere over here. I removed it from this candle to this candle's high because this was an exhaustion candle, man. This is exhaustion candle. This is A plus setup. This is yeah. You see this? You see this? This was the reason why I had placed my buy stop, because I knew as soon as this high is gonna take out, it's gonna move up with volume. You see the volume over here? 44 $50. What was this? Was $90 was my stop loss. My stop loss was $90. I was just expecting price to move up. What did happen? What had happened? Like, I don't know. I don't think it went up. I think it just retraced. Yeah. I think it gave me 1:1 and then it retraced. Yeah, see, 1:1 got achieved $90. See, after achieving 1:1, still I didn't book my profits. This is the problem. You see this problem over here? This is the fucking problem, bro. This is the problem. This is the problem. You see this? You see this shit? You see this shit, man? And then it retraced. I know it retraced. Yeah, it retraced. Okay, so I got out at break even. Yeah, that was good. I managed my risk. I started closing positions, but it still ended up going in the same direction as I thought. I remember this trade. वो गया ऊपर ही था. After like getting me out at break even, the trade still went up, and it went up massively. This was a good trade again, which I entered, which I knew, which I executed, but still I couldn't like get anything out of this trade because I think I over managed this trade. If I would not have touched my stop loss, this was a very good trade. Like if you see, this was 17th of May, right? 17th of May को इस ट्रेड ने बहुत धमाल किया था ब्रो. आई रिमेंबर दिस ट्रेड. लेट मी शो यू दिस ट्रेड ऑन ट्रेडिंग व्यू. 17th of May, 15th minute time frame, and why open. Let's see this trade. I want to show you guys this trade on trading with this is a bit long video because I'm like journaling all of my trades of June. So because of that, this was a trade. Let me see one thing. Yeah, which trade this was? This was on the 17th of January. 17th January. Sorry, 17th. What am I even saying, bro? This was NYSE open. See, exactly, NYSE was opened at this point. NYSE volume would drive this price up. This was 17th June, 6:30 p.m. Let's see this on TradingView, man. 17th June. Where's 17th June? Let's go to 17th June. Yeah, this is 17th June, 6:30. Yeah, this day. 17th June. Yeah, this trade. Exactly this trade. Bro, this was such a good trade, man. This was like, man, I'm executing so like my trading has really gone up, bro. This was the range which I had marked. So yeah, this was the real man. Why is this extending to the right? Bro, I don't want this shit to extend to the right, bro. Neither, man. Don't extend at all. So this was the trade. This was the range which I had marked. This was the exhaustion wick. Here my buy stop was placed exactly over here. Let me do one thing. Bro, with the where's my long position, bro? Long. Yeah, this is my long position. This मेरा buy stop यहाँ था. Where was my sell stop? Sell stop was somewhere over हेयर आई गेस, ये है ना, यहाँ पर था मेरे ख्याल में, कहाँ था? Let's see, let's open this. Where was my stop loss at? Okay, so my stop loss was, yeah, right over here. Like if I would have not touched this stop loss, you know what would have happened? Bro, this would have happened. Like अगर मैंने अपना stop loss नहीं छेड़ा होता ना ये वाला, तो this whole shit could have happened. You see this thing? You see this thing, bro? You see this thing? It all happened because I did not manage, like I over managed my trade. All of this happened, like I could have at least gotten this range, man. जो मेरा initial target था, I could have gotten that comfortably, bro. So you see you see the problems happening, you see the trade, you see the problems happening, like bro, just see this. सही है, तो मसला हमारी ट्रेडिंग में नहीं, मसला साइकोलॉजी में है और मसला एग्जीक्यूशन में, और वो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता पॉलिश हो रही है। सही है, तो ये चीज़ें ना, ये देख रहे हो, ये चीज़ें ना कभी ओवर मैनेज भी कर देता है अपोजिशन, तो वो नहीं करनी है। सही है, एक बार ये पता है ये व्हाट वाज दिस ट्रेड, this trade was a perfect example of not accepting your loss. Like when you enter a trade with a certain risk, you gotta accept that you have already lost that money, because once you accept that before actually losing that money, so now you're not emotionally connected with that loss, you're not emotionally connected with that trade, because in your mind you have already lost that money, and if you win that trade, that's a bonus, right? So you gotta get in with that psychology. So ये बहुत अच्छी trade थी, which I messed up. I couldn't make anything out of it again, and this was 17th. Now this was 18th. 18th को I got a bit defensive. Let's see what I did on 18th. Let's open my 18th को क्या किया था मैंने यार? This was 18th. Bro, okay, so this is 18th. I have executed a sell right over here because yeah, this was also a very good trade. This was a very good, this was an A plus setup, bro. You know why? Because uh, this was an A plus setup because ये देख रहे हो, ये exhaustion wick है, exhaustion wick के ऊपर से liquidity ले चुका है. Like I don't trade liquidity, but just to add in extra confidence and just trying to explain you my setup better, I'm just trying to tell you that liquidity ले चुका है, exhaustion wick है, entered right on the break of this candle, but मैं थोड़ा जल्दी एंटर हो गया था because I was anticipating कि वो break हो गई होगा. Stop loss was right over here, target was this area. सही है, टारगेट ना मैंने आई डेंट लेट दिस ट्रेड रन. आई गॉट वेरी स्केर्ड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस ट्रेड. पता नहीं क्या हुआ था यार. आई डेंट एक्सेप्ट माई लॉस. सही है, वही गलती जो मैं कर रहा था. साइकोलॉजी का मसला इतना नहीं है. मुझे ऐसा लगता है मुझे ना एक सेट क्राइटेरियाज बना लेने चाहिए कि मंडे ट्यूसडे को I'm gonna exit mostly. I'm gonna exit 80% of my positions on 1:1, and then I'm just gonna break even my trade, and then I'm gonna rate 20% run, and then on Sundays, on Sunday कहाँ से आ गया भाई, मंडे ट्यूसडे को ये करेंगे, वेंसडे थर्सडे फ्राइडे को I'm gonna let my most of my positions run. सही है, तो अब at this point like I'm running at around $70 in profit. सही है, इस तरह से. एंड देन मैंने यहाँ पे बस I just did it out of completely I did it out of fear. लाइक तुम देख रहे हो ना, ये देख रहे हो ना, आई डिड इट आउट ऑफ फेयर बिकॉज आई डिडंट डिड इट आउट ऑफ फेयर, आई डिड इट आउट ऑफ स्ट्रैटेजी. बिकॉज मेरा ना अकाउंट जो था ना वो नेगेटिव में चल रहा था, तो मैंने बोला यार इस ट्रेड से पहले अकाउंट को ब्रेक इवन तो करते हैं. इस ट्रेड में मेरा अकाउंट ब्रेक इवन हुआ था जाके. सही है, बिकॉज लाइक अभी तक आई वाज जस्ट रिकवरिंग माई लॉसेस. तो मेरा ये था कि यार लेट्स जस्ट नॉट रश, जस्ट ब्रेक इवन दिस अकाउंट, एंड फ्रॉम द नेक्स्ट वीक आई एम गोना पास दिस फेज 1. सही, ये मेरी साइकोलॉजी थी उस वक्त, और जैसे वो क्राइटेरिया चाहिए हुआ था मैंने वो कर लिया था. लेकिन लेटर ऑन इट वेंट डाउन. यू सी दिस, लेटर ऑन दिस हैपेंड. तो क्या कर सकता हूँ मैं, अब बताओ. देखो ये ट्रेड थी, लेकिन क्या दुख हुआ था बस, लेकिन कुछ और कर नहीं सकते भाई. दिस इज डिसिप्लिन, यू गाड़ा मैनेज दिस. सही है, लेकिन तुम देख रहे हो ट्रेडिंग, यू सी द एग्जीक्यूशन, यू सी द वॉल्यूम, यू सी द स्ट्रैटेजी इज़ वर्किंग 10/10. सही है, स्ट्रैटेजी इज़ वर्किंग परफेक्टली फाइन. अब क्या है सीन, अब ये सीन है कि दिस वीक हैपेंड. नाउ इट्स 22nd of June. लाइक 22nd of June मेरे पास यार वो नहीं था 22nd of June को लैपटॉप, तो आई डोंट हैव द स्क्रीन रिकॉर्डिंग ऑफ दिस ट्रेड. लेट मी सी वन थिंग. Yeah, I don't have the screen recording of these two trades, but I have the screen recording of this trade. This was a trade which made me ये यार ये तीन trades ना मैंने अपने घर पे नहीं ली थे. I was somewhere else. I was at my cousin's house. So ये trade I traded on her laptop. So मैंने but still got I still like screen recorded this thing. So let's get to Opera GX and let's see where is my screen recording of that trade. Okay, so guys, on this day, the first trade I couldn't screen record this. I took two trades this day. ये है Wednesday. Let's see the trades. The first trade I made $297. यार इसकी screen recording मेरे पास नहीं है. I'm really sorry, but the second trade I have the screen recording of this trade in which I made $300. The trade which actually अच्छा तो अब इसके बाद हुआ क्या था बेसिकली सीन के बिकॉज अब यहाँ तक ना या कहानी सुना रहा हूँ बस हम लोग को. यहाँ तक इस ट्रेड में अकाउंट ब्रेक इवन हो गया था. फिर इस ट्रेड में फिर कितने लॉस हो गया 2 3 4 तकरीबन 4% 5% का फिर मेरा अकाउंट ड्रॉ डाउन में चला गया था. तो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट ड्रॉ डाउन द फर्स्ट ट्रेड वॉज टू क्लियर दैट ड्रॉ डाउन. उसी दिन मैंने $300 बनाए थे एंड आई लाइक 6% ऊपर गया था मेरा अकाउंट. तो जाके कोई 1-2% के 1-8% ऊपर गया था अकाउंट वॉज पॉजिटिव 1% पॉजिटिव और 2% पॉजिटिव बिकॉज मेरा फिर से 4-5% का लॉस हो गया था. तो द फर्स्ट ट्रेड दिस ट्रेड मैंने सेम डे ली थी सेम सेशन में ली थी लेकिन दिस ट्रेड इट जस्ट recovered my account back from losses to break even on 1-2% more. And then this second trade was the actual banger trade which I took. So over here मैंने इसको ट्रेडिंग व्यू पे मार्क किया हुआ है. ट्रेड मेरे फ़ोन पे चल रही थी MT5 पे बट मैंने लाइक आई हैव मार्क्ड माई ट्रेड ओवर हेयर. ट्रेड ये है सही है. दिस वॉज द ट्रेड आई एंटर्ड एग्जैक्टली ओवर हेयर. सही है. आई हैड एंटर्ड एग्जैक्टली ओवर हेयर. माई स्टॉप लॉस माई TP वॉज हेयर. if price would have hit this I could have cleared my phase 1. ये था 4000.6 पे मेरा phase 1 क्लियर होना था. सही है. एंड आई वॉज जस्ट वेटिंग पेशेंटली एट दिस पॉइंट. आई एम लाइक वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट मैन. I didn't have the actual screen recording because MT5 wasn't logged up on this laptop. Or this you can see the camera over here as well. Like मैं चला गया था चार्ट से because this was getting too emotional for me. It was like my psychology was getting really messed up because this was a really big moment for me, man. You see me over here just scratching my head and everything. Same. तो यहाँ पर फिर क्या हुआ था कि price just went up. Yeah, it hit my TP and then ये मज़ा आ गया था बस. TP hit हुआ था फिर I went and I just did something. I logged into my funding pips and then I just saw that I got a certificate. And I was really happy that day, bro. That was a good achievement for me because after a big streak, man, big streak, bro, like of everything, we passed phase 1 and everything has been documented on this channel together. So yeah, now it's phase 2 from today. It's Monday. Let's see. The whole purpose of this journaling and this recalling of the trades was to first to tell you guys as well for transparency and for me to recall what I did right and what I did wrong so that I can learn and get in with phase 2 with good confidence with good psychology. The whole मेरा phase 2 में ना यार ये सीन है कि यार I am gonna risk aggressively on good trades. That's it. If there is a good potentially bad trade I'm just gonna skip it because one bad trade taking out of FOMO because of that you are so fearful to take a good trade which is actually an A+ setup. So just gotta avoid a bad trade and really gotta take hold of my emotions while trading. And one thing which is like see regardless of the payout and the certificate I have gotten, like the certificate is a really good deal for me, man. Like बड़ा अचीवमेंट है भाई सर्टिफिकेट. ये जो सर्टिफिकेट दिख रहा है ना आप लोग को बड़ा खून पसीना एक हुआ है भाई इस सर्टिफिकेट के लिए. लेकिन like regardless of money is a byproduct of trading. The biggest achievement for me is that I'm getting better at a skill which I had started. I have made this shit brick by brick, made myself better at this skill brick by brick, bro. वो है ना एक मूवी का डायलॉग रील्स में आता है exactly that. And you see now I have gotten a certificate. So hope you guys like the video. Hope you guys like enjoyed the video. Hope you guys see this and hope I see this in future when I'm a big profitable trader. I have exponential profits. So I see at my start and I like feel proud of myself, bro, that I have like gone through all of this. That this is the real ragada in trading. सही ये होता है. So anyways, man, I'm gonna head off, and we'll see you guys tomorrow or the other trades I take on this account. Phase 2, I haven't even touched it. सही है, एकदम नवा पड़ा हुआ है phase 2. सही है. Today's 29th. We'll start trading on this, and we'll try to pass this and get a master account and then try to get a payout. That's it from my side, man. I hope you guys are good, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow or in any other video, and we'll be talking about phase 2. Thank you, man. Sign off. Peace out.